So I'm going to prepare those. I'll show you what I'm going to be taking. One of them I'm not getting signed. One of them, it'll be my first blue label. Okay, and when I say labels, I'm talking about this. So this is a yellow label from CGC, and I only get CGC. Certified Guaranteed Company. So when you get a book, do my hair. When you get a book signed, you have to have it witnessed. So CGC, you have to go to CGC's booth, say, hey, I need a witness, come with me. They'll stand with you, wait with you in line, you get it signed, they officiate that it's been signed, you take it there, get it graded, right? And it takes a while to get it back. If you do not get it signed and you just want to put a book in, you're going to get a blue label. It's going to be blue up there at the top. What's up, blue? Speaking of, if you in the past got something signed and it was not witnessed, it would come back as a green label. And I do have one back here that I've shown. You can see, well, it's a yellow label, but it's got a green logo at the top. So the green part at the top. So that basically means that it's still graded, but they couldn't. Here, I'll just take it out. That means that they witnessed one of the signatures, but they couldn't witness any of the others. So it says it's signed by Joe Benitez, which was right here, but then it says 3 names written on cover in marker. That's because they didn't actually witness Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Conner, and Chad Harden sign this variant cover, which they did, obviously, because I got them to sign it. But now, JSA, I forgot what they stand for, teamed up with CGC, and now they can go in the back, scan it, whatever they do, they can officiate that those signatures are real. So if I wanted to submit this one, which I'm not going, not now. If it was a 9.8, I probably would, because it's 1 point down. They only do it in increments of 2, at least at 9. If it was a 9.8, I don't know if I can get this at a 9.8. It looks fucking pristine to me. I don't really know what the problem was. Maybe I can get it pressed. And then it could come back at a 9.8, but it would have a yellow label. Anyway, so there's going to be a blue label for one book, and I'll tell you why. All the ones that I have are yellow label because they are signed. And this will be my first time with a blue label. I always wanted to get it signed, however. Some of the people who worked on the book are no longer with us, like Stan Lee. But it's just cool that you can take some of these now and get them officially graded that were not witnessed. And I have quite a few books that I had signed back in the day, and I wasn't interested in getting them graded. And sometimes I kick myself in the butt like, man, I should have got that. Now you can. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to put these books up. If you guys want to chill, that's what we're going to be doing today. I'll prepare those books. I'll show you what I'm taking. And then I'm going to rebag and board 100 books, give or take. If you guys want to chat and chill, we'll have the chill music on. I just want to better prepare some of these books, especially since it is time consuming. I think on stream is something I've always wanted to do, but in a bigger space. This isn't the way that I want to do it. Right? I don't want the overhead camera. You can see the book, but I kind of wanted something in the background so you can see what I'm doing and what I'm pulling out. So I'll try to have like a little stool here with the box and go through one by one, just show you the process of what I do when I rebag and board, and show you what the product, the Mylar bags are, and why they're better than these that only last a specific while. Eventually they're gonna wrinkle up, right? Due to weather, or due to the books being close together, or even just the ink on the page. And that can damage your book over time. So you'll have to replace those. And instead of doing that, I just get the Mylars, which, like I said, they're a little more expensive, but in the long run, it helps because they're a lot better. And some of the boxes that I have with them, they're super pristine. So bear with me, I will be right back. Also, I'm going to show you something that's going to require that. One thing that I've been wanting to take. What's up, Gary?
There you are.
Oh my god, dude. Okay. Screwdriver. All right, I think this should work. All right. So before we do any bagging boards, where did the music go? I'll show you what we want to take to Comic-Con. And there are two things specifically that have my highest priority. So I'll show you those when we get to them. First up, we've got this Virgin cover of Savage Red Sonja #1 by Dan Panosian, and Paige was kind enough to bring this from Seattle for me. We have shown the regular cover of this. There is like the tiniest little ding there. You can probably see it during the right lighting circumstances, but you can probably get that pressed out. This would be a good book to get signed because Dan Panosian is going to be there. And although I have quite a few different covers and stuff from them, this one's really nice because you've got this big area if you wanted to get it signed up there or get a little remark sketch. Sometimes they do that if you pay for that, or you get something signed right there. Silver on top of dark areas look really nice. So that's one book to consider. here are the other ones we have. And these ones are all going to be for Marc Silvestri. So we've got Batman and the Joker. This is issue 4. This one featured Catwoman. Now I only got a few of these variants. There was one that had Batman and Joker. I only got the Catwoman and the one for Harley. And this one is issue 1. And I have had this, I think, even on my throne. Let me see if it's still on there. I don't think it is. But I was going to just buy it, but you know what? Since he's going to be there and I have met him multiple times, let's go look at gifts. Oh yeah, I think it's still there. Can I open this link? Product not found, so I'm gonna have to take that off, it looks like. Oh, what's wrong with their website? Top Cow, their store is not working, so I'm going to take that off. Anyway, these are 2 books I wanted to get signed by him. And instead of taking the books out, we're going to cut like a window. How do you want to sign? I've seen some where it was up there, down here, and across the side. It really just depends. There's the Top Cow. I don't know if their store is no longer a thing. What's in the box? Maybe. So these are 2 books I want to get signed by Silvestri. We also have this as a potential. This is The Darkness. This is issue 1/2. So kind of a prelude to The Darkness issue 1, which Dale Keown and Silvestri were a big part of. And we've got this that we just got. Some of you guys may recognize this cover. It's a very prominent Wolverine cover for X-Men that Silvestri did. And he paid homage to himself by making it a Witchblade cover, but not this one. It was a previous Witchblade cover. And once again, you can see here, Silvestri, after me, he says that, did an homage to himself again in the newest Witchblade. And what's interesting about this cover, I did not know. We can probably test it out here. One, this is a 1 per store. So one of my stores was kind enough to hold this for me. I asked for it the week before it came out, not knowing it came out a week after the actual issue came out. So I think this would be a good one to get signed. I think that would look cool. But I'm going to see something right here. I don't know if it'll work on stream. I'm going to test something. Hang on. Let me bring this right now. Oh, no way. Wait, I can see. You want to see something really cool? We're going to do this on stream right now. Okay? You want to see something cool? I hope it shows up. You guys there? I did not know this book did what it did until I saw it on Instagram. I'm going to show you right now. You see what I got right here? You see what I got right here? Okay, check this out. Look at this. Look how awesome this is. It is a glow in the dark comic. That is freaking sick. So that'll look really good. How cool is that? I don't put my lights out very often, but that's definitely worth it. I would say this is my top priority comic to get signed and graded. Really cool. And this book is going for a lot right now on its own. So really cool. I don't have the other issue. At least I couldn't find it. If they're in those last remaining 8 boxes, they're there. But I don't think I have it. Otherwise, that would be really cool. We also have a Red Sonja by Silvestri. I don't know. There's a few little dings in this one. If I got it pressed, I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe. But that's another Silvestri. I might pass on that one for right now. We'll see. And here is a Cyberforce, one of the team that he created back at Image, and this is a new volume at Top Cow, another volume at Top Cow that he did the covers for. So figure, you know what, that's one that he's most recognized for. That would be a good one. And again, these are actually my lights. These are what I'm going to be transferring those regular bagging boards into these. So we'll go over that momentarily. And final 2 books that I'm going to show off here. One of these is also a priority because I mentioned that JSA is now involved with CGC in officiating signatures and if they are legit or not. This was a book, although not popular. I think this was based on a video game that Palmiotti and Derek Robertson created. But Jim Lee did this sick cover. And I went to San Diego Comic-Con one time and was talking to Derek Robertson, and Jim Lee happened to be sitting, I think, in the booth next to him, but the line was already stopped. You can't get in line for that. I asked him if he would pass the book to Jim Lee. He said, yeah, no problem. Pass it to Jim Lee. Jim Lee had no problem signing it. I was like, bro. We took pictures of the whole thing. So Jim Lee signed it. Derek Robertson signed it. And Jimmy Palmiotti. What's up, Courtney's? Jimmy Palmiotti signed it. So although a little bit of a different silver, so it kind of gave me a little bit of anxiety, but so what? I think it looks really good. I've seen books signed in black, red, and blue. This one I think would be just cool to get officiated because it was signed by all of them, and now we can get that graded. Now here's our major book. We have 2 major things we're taking. This is one of them. And this one is the legendary Hulk 181. This is the first appearance of Wolverine. I want to say that I have a really good copy of it. It's not pristine, but I think it's enough that it could be 9 and above. I'm hoping. I don't know if I want to pre-screen it for a 9 because you can pay more to guarantee that it's a specific grade. If it doesn't hit that grade, they'll just send it back to you ungraded, so you don't have to pay for those. But this is the book, like the holy grail of books for me specifically. 1, it's the first appearance of Wolverine, and 2, it happens within a Hulk book, my favorite character. So this is the book to have. And you can see very minimal like wear on the spine there, but that's really where it is. I will probably get this pressed just to get any potential creases out that could be on the cover. I do find it to be in good condition. If anything, the pages may be yellowed. It's hard to tell on the camera, but if I opened it, that could probably be the only thing, because they'll grade it in white pages, yellow pages if they're starting to yellow, but there's like a little pink cut there. But other than that, I feel like it's a good copy and it's a valuable book. So I feel like getting it graded, whatever it comes back at, it's gonna add value to the collection, and it's just gonna be one of those ones that I either hang on to because it's a pride and joy, or I sell it, and then at some point when I can afford a higher grade of it, I will. The other item, I want to say item because it's not a book that I have high priority, is this. Now, I know it says autographed by artist. That is not accurate, but I did get this a long time ago. It is a Marvel Universe Series 1 hologram of Spider-Man, and it's been locked away in this thing forever. I guess it's Marvel Series 2. But what's cool about it is that it is signed by Stan Lee. And it's an actual signature because he signed a lot of these specific cards. This one right here, and there was like a series that he had signed, and this is one of them. So now that JSA is part of CGC, I can get it graded and they can validate that it's a real signature. If it's not, they'll send it back graded and say it's not legit. But I know this one's real. It's really just the condition it's going to be in. So I want to take that out. I want to be very careful with it and put it in one of our little baggies and our little top loaders here that we purchased. I got that for this, as well as some of the Ken Griffey cards that I had, like the only baseball card that I would collect. So there you go. Those are our books that we're planning on taking. So I'm really hoping to get this back at a decent grade. This one, if it's not a 9.8, I'll be surprised. This one is like really nice. And that's just a personal book of mine that I would like. So I want to prep this one. I think signature down here in silver would look good. This one I might pass on right now. If I can find a better copy there, I will pick that up. But it's not something that I need to get. This one is my main priority book to get signed because it's a one per store, but also because of that effect that we just showed with the lights off. If you missed that, that was really cool. Let me marker that. So we can get a clip of it. Are there markers when you can have them sign it and show up under black light? There are. There are. Did you see what I did with this book just now? By the way, if you didn't see it, I'll do it again. But there's different types of markers that artists will use. Sometimes they'll use multiple markers. I know Clayton Crane signs with like this, I think he calls it the infinity signature. So he'll start the first letter with one color, the second, and just continue on, and it looks like the Infinity Stones. That would be cool. That would be cool. You know what? It's a good idea. But I think in silver for sure. Some kind of yellow. Yellow would be cool. I don't know. We'll go. I mean, I think he's there all weekend. On this one, maybe up here, because down here he's kind of covering some of... You also, when you're getting stuff signed, it's good to look up their signatures and see what they look like, because sometimes they fit in different areas, right? They might fill a bigger area, they might fill a smaller area. You want to know what it looks like. And I know for his, it's kind of a horizontal type of signature. So you want to kind of picture how it would be, right? It's like getting a tattoo. When I got tattoos, I would take pictures of my arm and then put the images the way that I wanted them on my arm so I could see that they fit, because you don't want a horizontal image on a vertical area. Some people don't really understand that because it's going to loop around. And some of the images don't work for what people want. So when I go look at the signature, which I'm very familiar with his signature, I want to see, you know, where would I get this signed? And I've seen him signed different ways, right? We've got our Walking Dead covers that he's done signed different ways. Oh, even here I see a Batgirl, like he'll sign a smaller section, let's say right here. Like you can get it all the way across the top over here. I mean, he'll do a smaller one if you want. It's really almost limitless. So this one, I don't know. Do I want it there? Yeah, I think right here would be good. So that's that one. And then again, these two are also a high priority. And I did see one that was signed at the top, and I saw one signed at the bottom. So let's go have a look. Error. And yeah, getting the different colors, one, I didn't think much of it when I was first getting things signed, but it definitely has an impact on how it looks on your book. If you have a dark book, you definitely don't want them signing it in a dark color like a black. You're not going to be able to see it. Certain silvers don't come up looking that great, so it really just depends. Let's see. So here's one I see signed right there. It doesn't look bad. Ah, he signed one in green or something here. Looks pretty good. So I'm either going to get them on the bottom or on the side here. I'm still trying to find the Harley. None of these are signed. Oh, there's one. It's like directly on the thing. One had it signed like right here. Wouldn't do that. Oh yeah, there's one at the top. It's also giving me anxiety because the logo's down here at the bottom on one and it's at the top on the other, so that changes the location on how maybe you want to get it signed. It's not the biggest deal, it's just interesting. I do kind of like the one where it's signed right there on the side. Maybe I'll do that. The only problem is that it exposes the pages, whereas the spine there's less to get damaged there. I mean, you could still get damaged, but if I expose the pages here, you want to be careful, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a window out so that it's available. So I can just hand him the book. He doesn't have to take anything out. That is one way to do it, but you also risk paint smear or ink smear. Let's say you take it out, and I've had this happen. I had this on a book or two where I learned very quickly that that's not good. I had one signed, maybe the cover was a little glossy. When I slid it back into the bag and board, it smeared the signature, so it definitely wasn't something I wanted to get graded at that point. Very particular about that. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I think this is the one I'm picky about, because one's higher than the other. I don't know. I'm undecided. Well, how about I get the other one ready? This is the one that I'm for sure know where it's gonna go, as well as this one and this one. This one I need to get a new bag and board for, though, because this is a My Light. Okay, I need an X-Acto knife. Don't get nervous. And let's see, this one's taped. Okay, I know this will make a lot of people nervous. Don't worry. Don't give enough space over here. Don't put any pressure down. so you don't want to ruin the book. Let me get a paper. That way I'm just not doing it on the desk. You also want to be careful with tape on the books. Even just pulling a flat back and pulling the book out, you can get caught on there. One CGC guy said he had a nightmare where I think he had a Hulk 181 or whatever high value book he had, and he got the tape up like this and then pulled the book out, but it got stuck on the tape. So I'm gonna take the tape off completely. Even the residue on your hands could leave a film on the book. Sometimes it's sticky. Now this bag and board is really small. It barely fits. Well, there is a slight indentation there. Hey, look. What do you know? Okay, so you can see the small imprint there. Oh, this is where, what the hell is that? Now other people have their different ways of doing it. Some people have like this completely open window. You can buy them and the whole book is exposed. But that means they could sign it wherever. I like to limit the area that they can sign to it so that they don't get it like on the image itself. I've seen some of the comics signed where it's like right on the character's face, and that also give me anxiety. So kind of an art stream. I should have done this side longer. It's okay though. I'm gonna take that out. Now you can use whatever you want to do the cutting. But I'm just going to use the back end of this. And I'm just going to cut close to the line. Let's see. For this. It's been a long time since I put these on. I will admit that's another reason why I haven't been too interested in doing art. I'm still trying to get over the fact that I need to use these. No, it's not a big deal to some. It still impacts me. There you go. So now you have a window. There's no sticky from the tape that will get on the book. And you just flip this around. Yes, it cut into the back of it, but you're fine here. Just be careful when putting the book back in, because you can get caught on these windows. Like so, right? If you're pushing it in that way. So one way to do it is you can use another bag and board like so. That way you're not forcing it in there. Actually lift that up. Now my window, this one's pretty big. And now you have an area for him to sign freely. So that's what I do.
Bing bang!
Bing bong, sup poopy? So there's one. Hope you guys don't mind this kind of a stream. I would have to do this off stream anyway. What's up, Thruss? We're creating little signature windows for an artist to sign books that I have planned. So we just created one here. So it's in a plastic bag and board, but this area we cut out, and then it's easy to see where we want them to sign it. Silver. And you can write on there. Let's say you're submitting. You want to write on that tape. Please sign in red. Please sign here. Have a stream? Thank you. I will have a stream. I sound like Michael Pacheco. That's what Checo does. He's like, have a day. I don't want you to have a good day. I don't want you to have a bad day. I want you to have a day. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Almost fall break. All right. This one, I think, this has potential to look really good. I hope that they have a yellow. I think yellow would look good. If there's a glow in the dark, I don't know. I don't know if I have to buy it. I might. Okay, so this one's gonna have tape on it as well. Maybe you should bring a set of markers, pens. I did that before. I had this like thick silver marker. Actually, some of my books that I have behind me signed the first Gambit. So I did that. I'm just kind of pushing it. But some of them have enough. And then if not, I can walk around and ask to borrow somebody else's. I would expect him to have quite a bit. Definitely want red and silver for sure. And then black. He should have. But this one, it's a glow in the dark. I don't know if you saw this. Check this out. I'll do this one more time. I did not know that this book did this until I saw it on Instagram. Check this out. You see this? Look at that. Really cool. So you'll be here live as I'm doing this, and hopefully when we get these back, and we'll do the unboxing and grading of them, hopefully they'll come back in really good condition. Also signs close to the edge a lot of times, so I want to give them plenty of space to do this. This one's a little sloppier, but Is this the strongest tape? Yeah, that's what I don't want. So this tape ends up creating this weird issue. Just gonna cut around it. Sometimes it sticks so much that it'll just warp your plastic. Just get rid of it. When you get it signed, let's say you get it graded, which is usually what you want to do. Sometimes you don't have to, but if you do, they're going to give you a new bag and board for it anyway. This on top of here. Oh yeah, I can see a little indentation there. Might want to get that pressed too. Sometimes you don't notice them until you fully take your book out. Hope you guys don't mind this type of a stream. It's not really an art stream, but we're being creative in one way. Just gotta get that creative bug back in me to do art again, or some of the other ideas I've had. There's another window. Make sure you rotate this around, and you can use any surface to cut as long as it's not your directly on your desk. I mean, you can, but you don't have to use the back end of the backboard. That's just what I do. I'm just making sure this isn't sticking. Okay, reinsertion. Being that this one ends at the bottom, you want to be careful because you can indent the edge of it. There we go. So that's 2. This one's like very close to the edge. I know most people wouldn't do something like that, but I've done quite a few of them. Okay, so that's 2 of them. I'm gonna get a new bagging board for this one. And then we'll definitely do the Harley and Catwoman. So let me find another bagging board. this one. We're switching out. This bag and board. So this one doesn't hit the edge as much as the other one did, so it's a little easier. You still want to watch that lip. There you go. Oh. So, nice little window on this one. So far we've done this one, different volume of Cyberforce, not the first volume. We've got a Darkness, 1/2. Witchblade is glow in the dark. So now we're going to work on these two. I'm still kind of undecided how I want those. Maybe we can go one at the bottom and one at the top, just because the logos are like that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So we can get this one in red. This one I'm not sure. Maybe red as well. Definitely not just plain black. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Means this one's gonna be close to the edge as well. This one will do a little different. This cover is really cool because it's got this gloss to the sketch part. This one's just the opposite. What's up, Howie? How you doing? I was gonna message you. I haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing? Did you see this Howie that I prepped already? So we're creating little windows for signatures, so we don't have to actually take the book out. So we just hand it to them, they sign it. Boom. Got distracted. That's okay. I've been really busy too. Hopefully everything's good on your end. This is a comic fully stream, at least so far. I still have 100 bag and boards I want to do. It's going to be a little time consuming. Yeah, I figured I would just get this ready. LA Comic Con is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Mark Silvestri is going to be there. And I've met him several times actually and gotten quite a few things signed from him. But I don't know that I've gotten anything graded from what I've gotten signed, so this time that's what I intend to do. And I remember these specific variants of Catwoman and Harley from the Batman book that he did not too long ago, so I made sure to pull those out. I've been okay. Mom fell down recently. I posted about it in the Cuddle Corner. She had to go to the emergency room to get like one stitch, so it wasn't terrible. But she's starting to become unsafe outside. Yeah, I've been going through like all my books and so many Harley. Oh, that's it. And there you go. See, it's like peels away. A little windy. So you can get these pre-made. Most of the ones I've seen pre-made are just, they go around the corner. They go around the entire edge, but that exposes the entire book. One, I don't like that. Someone sneezes or coughs, there's a wider area for them to get on your book, but also they can sign it anywhere, and that's not always feasible, right? Sometimes they'll sign it directly on a character's face or in a dark area with a dark marker, and you won't be able to see it. So that's why I like to make these, so it's right where I want it. Yeah, she's okay. She's in good spirits even when it happened. The neighbor had to come get us. Yeah, I haven't gone to a convention to get anything signed in a long time, but Paige got us tickets to LA Comic Con a while back. And seeing the guest list, like this is the main artist that's gonna be there that I have a lot of stuff of. I'm glad that it's not a bunch of other artists and creators and writers, because then I'd feel like, oh no, I've got so much, right? I was just looking at all the Jenny Frison covers I have, and I was like, oh, I've got like 100. So too many. So this is how they're going to be. This one's at the top, this one's at the bottom. Okay, so a little different, mainly because the logo's here. I went with the logo. You can do them however you want, but that's how I'm going to do mine. Put this one over here. And we also have this Cyberforce from a different volume, team that he created. I have this Darkness issue 1/2. And if you want to see something cool, this. I showed this earlier twice. Check this out. One, this is really cool. First, it's an homage to himself from an X-Men book with Wolverine on the X. But he also did a Witchblade cover, not this one, same exact pose, but now he reprised it, so he's homaged himself twice. But that's not the only cool thing about this book. It's this. And I only discovered that because it was posted on Instagram. And I did not know this book did that. Really freaking sweet. This is also a 1 per store variant. So anybody that was lucky enough to get one, they got 1 per store. So those are what we have. I have another book that's already signed, and now they can validate signatures. They couldn't before, and now that I have books that are already signed, and I know I didn't buy them signed, I had them signed in front of me, so I know that they're gonna come back legit. So that's one of the ones I figured I would take. And we're also taking the first appearance of Wolverine. This is a holy grail of a book. Not in as great of condition as I would like it to be, but it's still in pretty good condition. I feel like it could come back. I'm hoping a 9 or above. 9 or above. 9.4, 9.6 would be great, but that could be pushing it. Let's see. So let's see. What else do we have? I think I'm going to pass on the other Red Sonja. I do have this one. This is a different artist. But I'm not sure. There's like a little tiny crease. Oh, you can see it there. It's very minimal. I don't know how much that would knock this down from a 9.8. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I have books that aren't as good in condition that came back a 9.8, and some that were perfect, and it was dumbed down a few. I don't know why. I would like to get this one signed though. I'm not sure just yet. So those are the main ones. And then we also have this that I want to undo. It is signed by Stan Lee. The only Stan Lee autograph that I have. That's on this Marvel Universe card. So I'm gonna take that, get that graded, hopefully comes back nice. But yeah, that's what we're up to. Kind of a chill comic stream. I'm gonna bag and board some comics and just taking it easy. Maybe play some stuff tomorrow. Yeah, and I had a couple opportunities to meet him too, but I didn't know. No one knew that he was gonna just get worse. There was a signing at one of my shops, at my main shop, and I didn't win a ticket to get a signature, but they would have got me in anyway, and I got there like right after he left, and I was like, whoops. So I could have gotten a couple books signed, and then the last one I did win a ticket, but then they canceled it. So there's been a few opportunities I could have gotten some stuff from him, and obviously at any convention, but they would charge like $300 and up, $600 for a signature, and I didn't want to do that, but I could have gotten something at the comic shop, but I didn't know. So I'm glad I got this. I got that a long time ago. I was really young, so It'll be nice to finally take that, kept it in good condition. I believe it's been locked inside this thing ever since I got it. It says signed by artist, but that's not accurate. He didn't draw that. But that is his signature. He signed like a bunch of this specific card. I've not gotten any cards graded, but like I said, the CGC, who you normally take your books to or other items to get graded after they witness it, now they teamed up with JSA, and JSA are the officiators of validating legit signatures. So that's why I'm going to take that one book that I have 3 people signed, and then that. I think that would be cool. So not too bad. I gotta get another bag and board for my Hulk book. Yeah, we'll pass on one of the red Sonias. Alright, I'll be right back. It's okay. I'll be right back. I'll post it in there in case you missed it.